Why would this guy get new permanent teeth in 24 hours?
Instead of placing you in temporary teeth,
You get your permanent teeth in 24 hours. After nearly 10 years of...
Yo, welcome to Vanguard K9. Grandmaster Von the Muff. Talk about some of these working dogs. Talk about dog training. As always, I am always out here training dogs, trying to have a dog that does the things that I love him to do, just like some of you all. Dog training takes a lot of time, of course, and it's all about staying consistent. But most of all, it's about having the right methods. And the right methods, you can have that ending success. And to have those right methods, you come to the right place. Young man said to me that he bought a Belgian Malinois and he wanted to know how to get his dog to bite. And I'm listening to him, and he said, his dog cowers down when people come in an intimidating way, which is still sometimes young for a young dog to get what you call civil training. But still, the real true answer to that is it's all genetics. You're not going to get a dog to be a protection dog if it don't possess it in his DNA. You're not going to buy a dog and wake up 4 months from now or 8 months from now or next year and this dog is going to be this outright killer or just seem to have it. It don't work like that. My best analysis to give somebody or my I just say my hypothesis is this about dogs. This is just my truth. They either have it or they don't. Can you imagine dating someone? Think about what I'm saying. Can you imagine dating someone? And before you dated them, you tried to buy them all these nice gifts or say nice warm words to them to get them to like you. And they really didn't like you. But over time, you just kept, you're throwing $50 here and $100 there and flowers here, and a nice little purse and a watch. They can grow to like you. But my point is, it is what it is. Now you're dating them. They didn't like you from the get-go, but they like what you're doing. In that situation, you remember what I'm saying is, it is what it is. They didn't grow to love you. They like what they're doing. So with the dog, it is what it is. It ain't no trick. When you see a dog and the dog doing all these things that you in your mind say you don't like, you don't have to ask the grandmaster, what is it about this dog? There is no trick to this. It is what it is. They are what they are. You can come and pick a puppy out of my barrel and throw a rag on the ground. Ain't wrong with that, grab a rag. Don't say to yourself, oh, I taught him that. Yeah, I'm a puppy imprinter. Yeah, I know how to bring things out of them. But naturally, they had to have the genetics to want to grab things. You understand what I'm saying? It's either like DK9 said right there. It's either they got it or they don't exactly. Let's say that together, y'all. It's either the dog got it or they don't exactly. Now, when you use the term don't exactly, what I'm saying is you can exert a lot of time into a dog and get it to do certain things. That's the don't exactly. You can take a dog from any genetics and teach it to sit with the right method and time. How much time are you going to invest? When is that right moment gonna come when the light bulb goes off in that dog's head and it wants to please itself? Well, maybe that time when you got so hungry because you didn't feed him and he said, man, I'm ready to figure this out. But when it comes to his character and courage and you want to test that, now he's cowering out. Sometimes you can take those dogs and you can get a little bit out of them, but not enough to protect your person, your life. I wouldn't put enough into those kind of dogs to protect your life, to protect your children, to believe it'll protect your wife, your significant other if it's a male, or protect your jury. You got a Bentley in the backyard, or you got a nice 1951 Ford T model or whatever they made that in the 30s or whatever, and you think it's gonna protect that. It's not gonna work. Too much pressure is gonna make him fold. Too much pressure is gonna run off. Because it is what it is. You can see this in these dogs very young. And you know what the great example I like to give you guys to look at as a format? If you go back into my archive and you watch my videos and you will notice that I've taken puppy after puppy from different litters consistently over time and shows you how young these dogs can display those desired behaviors that we all love, and I shape them and build them. Are pets needed with working dogs? Well, pedigrees are good for people who are going to breed dogs to pair it up with good genetics. If the dog has the genetics that you're looking for and becomes the everything dog to you, not to me, to you. And you want to try to reincarnate that. You want to try to retain whatever it is that you thought you liked. You're trying to retain, Derek. You're trying to retain whatever that was, something special. It might be when you call him, he come running to you no matter what he's doing. He stops on a dime. That might be that one thing you love about him. And say you bred him to a dog and all the puppies seem to, that obedience thing, they seem to have it. And you want to retain those kind of genetics, the obedient side in your dogs, and you feel like that's enough that for what you do, and that's what you're trying to retain. The pedigree becomes very important because you want to know the dogs that he come from, and you want to reach back in that pedigree, and you want to pair that dog with some of those dogs. Now, that's the way I think for breeding. But not everybody thinks that, and a lot of people shun that in the dog world. People want to take a dog, a purebred shepherd, a German shepherd, or a purebred Dutch shepherd, and breed it to somebody else's dog down the street that they love. They don't even try to pair up pedigrees for genetics coding of similar dogs in the background. They don't like doing that. But me, I know that you're not going to get that unless you reach and grab similar dogs, because it came from some similar dog in your dog's pedigree. When you're breeding a dog to somebody else's dog, maybe those, whatever similar dog it wasn't that dog, and you paired them up. That's why I have several dogs that I'm pairing up. And once I found the stick, I don't try to change it. I don't try to modify it. I don't try to rectify it. I don't try to change nothing. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. You get what I'm saying? But a working dog should work more than everything. You shouldn't have to know who the mother and sire is. You shouldn't have to look at a pedigree and say it's pedigree. The pedigree just will tell you what he's supposed to do. If he got all the dogs in his pedigree are good dogs, and they've been tried and true through the test of time from good background, like how I buy dogs from the KMPV, I don't have to do that much thinking. I don't use dogs that don't have nothing. They have to come from that program. I can grab any dog and get the same success because these guys are like me. They're dog fanatics. They don't have time to waste. They're not breeding dogs just to make some money. Now, I'm not saying all of them not breeding dogs just to make money, because people see what I do and what guys like that do, and then they get in dogs and breed them and just say, hey, these dogs come from that, and they try to make money. They're not training them every day. They're not testing them themselves and getting to a bridge and say, hey, man, you either got it or you don't. Or I love you and I'm going to keep you. They're not training every day. And if you're not training every day, you're not going to see the bad signs in a dog. If you don't take a dog in the bushes, you don't take a dog in the streets, and you don't get out here and put him in position and situations to look at how he problem solve these situations with the training that you put into him, as well as what he naturally does on his own, then you won't know what's so great about him. So if there's nothing so great about him and just the pedigree, then why are you going to breed him, is what I would say to you. I don't want him just because he came off what yellow dog and blue diamond that you had in your backyard, or somebody had in their backyard. What did yellow diamond do? What did blue dog do? Who did blue dog? Who is blue dog mama and daddy? What did they do? Oh, okay, all right, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. Now, sure, let me put him in. You once you done trained him, that's your test. That's your test of time. You done took him to different places, to different fields, and just for fun, you want to train him a little bit. And every time you went out there and trained, he surpassed what you like with flying colors, and you say, hey, man, I love this dog. Then, that's how that goes. But otherwise, a working dog should work. He should be willing to work. And he should be so obsessive with chasing balls, playing ball and swimming and jumping over obstacles and going under things, and so full of drive that you have to lock him up sometime and tell him to stop and put him up to stop him, because telling him to stop ain't gonna stop him, because he can't quit once he stopped. You ever heard of guys with American Pit Bull Terriers and they say, I got a game dog, he won't quit. I'm talking about he about to bust his heart. You throwing a ball, it's so hot out there, he about to die. He won't stop. He ain't running for the shade. He keep going after that ball. You throw that ball, he's steady going. You saying, God damn, man, if I do this 2 more times, he might fall on the ground and die. That's a game dog. That's a dog that got it. That's that obsessive behavior that makes you love him. When you see a dog like that and he doing that, don't stop, man, that's when you put that in the pedigree. That's when you put that in the gene pool. Damn the pedigree. The pedigree, it's almost the same, but it ain't the same. Put that in the gene pool, and he in the gene pool, he in the pedigree. You see what I'm saying? That's what's in the pedigree, him. What's in the pedigree? Her, and her, and her, and him. Ooh, and him too. Now that's why that's when the pedigree becomes important. So that's how you do that. But, the night I was here, just to let you know that, you're just not going to wake up and you got a dog 6, 7 months old and he been like this from the day you got him. then he just like what I was trying to explain to you earlier. It is what it is. It ain't no secret. Ain't no trick. Ain't no trick you wake up and do with a dog. Okay, he come out of there. Oh, that's what I need to do. Now he not gonna cower down no more. No, that's a damn mutt. That's a mutt. He been a mutt. It's a mutt the day you got him. They told you he wasn't. You gave him the money. You didn't come to Vanguard. You didn't let me get you in the right track. You said my price was too high. You get what you pay for, right? You get what you pay for. And when you come here, I've done all of that stuff that you need to worry about. I'm putting them together so that you can walk away happy, content. And you can go on, continue the training the way you desire to train a dog, and the dog can be everything that you desire the dog to be, because I'm thinking about you and your money the whole time. Hey man, listen, this is the part of that show where I try to get people to support my channel, because without the support, you know, it's hard to get on here every day. I gotta get out here and do other things. I want to give you guys the best possible information and the greatest videos I can, and pay videographers to do it. So with that being said, you guys can Apple Pay me and Zelle me at 904-450-3339. You can also Cash App me at $ULYSEEMUFFJR. I wish I knew how to do what you young people do. Get on here, them kids. I ain't got enough grandkids around. My kids grown to show me how to write. I don't even know how to get on here. Like I can see. I see people on here doing this all the time. I tried this last time. I couldn't figure it out last time. Let me go to my computer while we on the phone. Uh-oh. And let's see, can I do this from the computer? We are Vanguard K9. Vanguard K9. Let's see. Says top chat. Live. Oh, let's see. Can I put it here? Now, I didn't see that pop up on my screen, so it's almost like I'm not able to correspond or anything like that. But I really tried. So that's Cash Out. $ULYSEEMUFFJR. Show your boy some love. It's Zelle, Apple Pay, 904-450-3339. We always need Patreons to support our channel. Help us keep growing in the dog community, sharing information, coming on here and being able to talk about it. I wonder why I just can't figure it out. I can't chat. I can't see chats online on my computer, but I can see it over here. Oh well. Didn't see any questions on here tonight, but I'm gonna get out of here. You guys come to my next video, my next live. We'll talk about the next thing. I appreciate you.